Hi, how are you today?
I am great.
Okay, this is for the second episode, probably.
Okay.
Again, you're gonna pick a topic, but this is just regular topic.
Right, but go ahead.
No, we're just gonna talk about my country. How about that?
Your country, but there's a lot to be, discussed there.
Really? Why you
Of
say
course.
that?
Well, there's so much to do. You can get a sunburn, you can go shopping. You go ahead. You know,
But that's true. You have that experience, right?
I do. I did, yes.
The sunburn part. You gonna tell us about that?
Well, I'll give you the cliff notes. 9 o'clock in the morning, 10 minutes in the ocean, back under the umbrella. 10:30 or 11, another 6 or 8 minutes in the ocean, back under the umbrella. That night, red and sore. In the morning, big water blisters.
I'm sorry because Indonesian. Probably all Indonesians, you know. I mean, I never saw with my eyes,
Yeah,
you
well,
know.
this doesn't really need to spend time in the open on the equator.
Again, I don't know what skin, dear. I only know
I
about my
know. And
skin,
you really,
Indonesian
really,
skin.
really made fun of me for being so terribly concerned about it before it happened.
Yeah, when it happened, I really worry. I am sorry, okay? I hope it never happen again.
You and me both. That's only about the third time in my life that's happened.
Ish.
Well, no, but I mean, I work in the ag world, and I mean, I'm in the sun, but I wear long sleeves, long pants. I wear a
Mhm.
hat with a brim.
It was a good experience or really bad experience for you?
I think it was a good experience for you to watch it because, I mean, you were amazed. You had
It
no
was.
earthly idea. And I mean,
I cannot imagine that happen in the in the not woman, in the person, in the skin, in the in the people. No, I never saw
right,
that one.
because it's no different than burning your hand on a hot pan in the kitchen.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. We lived through it. Till death do us part, right? And that actually predated till death do us part, didn't it?
Okay, so when you like when I mentioned about Indonesia, what are the three things that you remember, like catch you?
If I go back to my original trip over there, I mean, negating all the quarantine, COVID stuff, um, I knew I was going to a Muslim country, and I
Okay.
wasn't sure how well I would be received. I mean, especially, not just in Jakarta, but having blue eyes in, Bandar Lampoon or Natar. I mean, and the people are really warm and friendly. I mean, outside of Jakarta and the island of Bali, there's not a lot of English spoken, but people really strive to help or, y- yeah, I mean, the people are great,
So,
you
a
know.
second, when you said about the Muslim country and probably, I mean, we saw a lot of the movie. They always connected the Muslim with, sorry, terrorists or something. You didn't see here, right?
Not at all. I mean, that was, and it's kind of a shame because when people here ask me, they're like, well, there's a lot of Muslims. And I'm like, well, that's the biggest Muslim population in a country on the face of the planet. And yeah, we're programmed through movies. And, I guess my parents were grown up to dislike, you know, people from Germany and Japan. I grew up, we were scared of the Russians, but the Cold War, we were afraid that they were going to, come do whatever. And then since 9/11, and, you had people who I guess identified as Muslims while they were a lot more radical, but you've got radical everything and radical everybody. But I think, in America, we're closed minded to begin with. But, it's like that was a Muslim, so they're all like that. And I mean, You can't even say, you can't even say that about, well, that person's from a weird part of California, so all of Californians are like that. You can't say that. I
Yeah,
mean, people have to
agree
be,
that.
people are individual. And I'll be honest with you, I've never walked around at 11 or 1 at night in a city the size of Jakarta down by the train station, which is, typically a dangerous area of a city, and walk through food carts. And I mean, you and I walked around for, well, I mean, we could tell that story. We were looking for an Alpha Mart to buy Diet Coke, and we left the hotel and we walked for an hour and a half, and then we hired the Indonesian version of Uber to take us to different markets and stores to try to find the Diet Coke. And then lo and behold, in the shadow of the sign of our hotel was, guess what? Alpha Mart, aka Indonesian 7-Eleven. But I never felt
That's
unsafe in, walking
yeah,
around like that. And we've done that in other cities, and just you and me.
yeah,
And,
that's true.
it's
Yeah,
not a problem. I mean, I never felt in danger anywhere we were in Indonesia.
yeah. I think I bring you in the safe place.
Oh, you never took me to the bad area. So you
But
tricked
believe me,
me.
I mean, not like that, but even me in the big city in Jakarta, Surabaya, I feel safe. Even I go in the 1 a.m. in the morning, I feel safe too. Okay, so you feel okay, you feel safe in Indonesia, you feel enjoy Indonesia. How about the
Oh, yeah.
food, dear?
I, you people, if you get a cracker off a table in Indonesia, that we would eat with a salad or something,
Oh,
it's too
kerupuk.
spicy for me to eat there. I mean, I think even the utensils are spicy. Um, um, a lot of lamb, the saute, basically lamb on a stick, grilled on a flame. Love that. The different versions of noodles that I had over there, the meatballs,
Bakso.
all that
Remember
good,
that meatball bakso.
but I can't handle it spicy. And I mean, when you cook stuff and I say, that's about the limit of my spicy, you just kind of laugh and you're like, that's not spicy. Well, it is to white skin. I get water blisters, like I said. Um,
Okay.
the one thing that stands out to me about eating in Indonesia when we go out, sweet tea. I'm from the South. We
Oh,
do
okay.
sweet tea unlike anybody on the face of the planet. But the sweet tea that I get in Indonesia is so comparable. Well, you've had both. It's so comparable to what we have here. And you get people from different areas of the US that come down here and the sugar just blows their eyebrows out from being so strong in the sweet tea here. The other thing that I noticed about the food is you guys use enough salt because most places when I go eat, there's not enough salt on the food. So salt and sugar, I'm all about it. And, that's one thing that Indonesia does. I've got food allergies, as you know, so there's not a lot of seafood. I mean, I can eat shrimp. However, white people and blue-eyed people grow up having their shrimp peeled to eat it unless we go to the Gulf and we have, guess what the name is? Peel them and eat them shrimp, which means you don't eat the shell. So,
Yeah, we
that was
sometime we just eat with the what you call it that one?
the shell.
Shell. Yeah, sometimes we fry it crispy, sometime, but I eat better without shell. I feel
But I
that
feel
way.
so I feel so bad because, I didn't eat seafood until later due to my food allergies. And I eat a lot of shrimp and calamari now. But I feel so bad because you watch me struggle to peel the shrimp and you start doing it for me. And I feel bad. I mean, I don't feel bad enough to stop you and do it all myself or not eat it. But I feel bad.
So, okay, the food that you really don't like. Do you remember something that I cook or I buy for you, but you Don't
I
really
don't
like
even
it.
want to. I don't even want to ride in a taxi behind durian. Period. Oh, it tastes fine. Wonderful, but it can taste fine over there because I'm not going to eat it. I don't want to be in a room with it. I don't want to be in a car with it. I don't even want to walk by the stand. That is pungent.
Oh my God, that's my favorite food. That's really good. But
And you
yeah, you
know,
don't like that.
there there's one food that doesn't really have a bad odor that the flavor is just as bad as the odor of durian, and that's bitter melon. I don't remember what you call it, but it looks
A
like
bitter melon. Yeah, the long
the
one.
cucumber with acne, you know? Excuse me.
Cucumber with acne.
That's what it looks like.
Okay. Yeah, we call it pare.
Potty?
Pare. So
Yeah, you need to throw
Indonesian,
it in
we
the
will,
potty and flush it.
yeah, we will chop and of course we wash it a lot to make the bitter less.
And then the word, what's the real terminology for your Indonesian ketchup? I love that.
Oh yeah, Indonesian ketchup. Our ketchup is came from the
It's like a really thick, sweet soy sauce.
soy sauce. Yeah, it's like kedelai in English. What? Soy sauce. Like
But what do you
really
call
sweet.
the sauce? Is it like sambaya? What is it? What is it?
Ketchup.
Sambaya?
Ketchup manis.
Oh, you only call it ketchup. Okay.
Yeah, we call it ketchup manis. It's like soybean
Yeah,
and fermented and sweet.
because I remember that when we actually searched for blue eye ketchup, you know, what
Yeah,
you have a
ketchup.
lot of time for ketchup is just you call it tomato sauce, but it doesn't have all the spices in it that,
So your ketchup is tomato sauce. My ketchup is the black one, the sweet
yeah,
and
but but
thick.
but 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 my ketchup that you call it's tomato sauce, but it's got sugar and a little bit of vinegar and it's got a lot of other stuff in it. It's not just tomato sauce.
You probably tried the chili sauce. But yeah,
Oh,
we have tomato sauce, we have chili sauce, and ketchup.
there's two things that I do miss when I'm over there,
Oh.
food wise. One is Coke Zero is not Diet Coke. And now you can attest to that now. I mean, this
Yeah, yeah,
is
yeah.
not Coke Zero. It is different. And since I didn't grow up eating a lot of seafood, I mean, predominantly due to where we live, I realized that we ate a lot of pork. And I had no idea how much pork that I actually ate until I get over there.
Yeah, you fasting from the pork,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Yeah. Okay. Food and then city, something that you don't like, not the food, but I don't know, when you hear what you feel like, I don't like this kind of stuff.
Well, I guess the traffic would fall under that, but
Oh,
to
yeah,
me,
traffic
to me,
probably.
but to me, it's worth it. I mean, cities have traffic, and I mean, yeah, you have traffic plus, scooters that's like, gnats and mosquitoes driving around you all the time, between you, because they don't split lanes as we call it where I'm from. So if you got two cars going down the road, scooters can't split the lane between them like they do in California and some of the other states. Um, but I mean, that's kind of a frustration or an
Okay.
annoyance. It's like it's not going to be like, well, I'm not going to go back to Indonesia because of the traffic.
Okay,
Um,
a second, beside all of that, something that when I compare when I were in Kerala in US and Indonesia, it's like the payment method here is easier than there. I mean, you guys only have card and cash, and we have
yeah,
handphones,
we
scan, scan,
don't
scan.
do. Yeah, we don't do electronic payments. I mean, we don't. I'm not able to go to Sonic and
Okay.
buy a Sonic burger and chili cheese tots and use my phone to just, you know, scan and click and pay them. Yeah, we don't do that. I mean, I suppose
Yeah.
we have. It's interesting though. We don't do cashless in society, but if people at work,
Okay.
somebody might go buy food for 3 or 4 people, and we'll use PayPal or Cash App or Venmo to, move the cash from my account to your account. But it's nothing to compare to the way that you do it in Indonesia. I
Yeah,
mean,
I understand. I
we
feel
we
that way
have
too.
discussions here because there are people in the U.S. that are just like scared to death of a cashless society. So,
Oh,
but
okay.
it's neat, because it's like, oh, I don't have my wallet out of my purse. Oh, I can just click, click, click and pay for it.
Yeah, we use cardless like all in the Gojek, in the restaurant, in even in the street, in the food street. Now I have like a game again. I have like
Oh,
the two words and I want you to pick up fast.
gotcha.
Okay. You ready?
Hit me, baby. Hit
Okay.
me.
Celsius or Fahrenheit?
Oh, Fahrenheit. It's so much easier for me.
Hot or cold?
Hot.
Okay, satay or bakso?
Satay if it's lamb. Basil if it's
Okay.
not.
Bali or Jakarta?
I prefer Jakarta over Bali because when I go, I don't go to speak English and see white folks.
Okay. American or Indonesian?
Both.
Wow. So you
Both.
cannot you cannot just pick one.
Oh, I could, but I'm going to be in trouble with somebody. I mean, I've got an Indonesian wife who speaks perfect English. That's both.
Okay. So you good with the second episode of our conversation?
I'm good with it. I don't think I won as many battles as you tried to push to me on the first one because you really thought you were going to get one over on me a lot of times during the first one.
How about the third one? You pick the topic in the third one, okay?
Sebuah kesepakatan yang matang.
Baiklah.
Deal, deal.